Welcome to Tell Me Something Good, the podcast where we share all the good things happening here at Christ United Methodist Church in Greensboro, North Carolina.
We're your hosts, Lori Gray
and Robert Joe. We're so glad that you've joined us.
This is our third season, and we're excited to keep telling the stories that make this place feel like home. From meaningful ministry moments and community impact to the fun, behind-the-scenes stuff you don't always get to see on Sunday morning.
Each episode, we will celebrate where we've seen God at work, highlight the people who are making this church what it is, and sharing a few laughs along the way. So whether you're part of Christ Greensboro or just curious about what's happening here, thanks for listening.
Let's get into it and tell you something good.
Happy Holy Week. Here we are.
We have arrived at Holy Week.
Yes.
Wow, I'm already exhausted.
I know. Monday morning, we're recording this, of course, on a Monday.
Yeah.
And wow.
We had Palm Sunday yesterday. So cute.
It was so good.
All the kids with their branches
of
various sorts.
Doing a little bit of landscaping outside.
Yeah, that was for the 9 a.m. service, and then the 11 o'clock we had actual palm
all
branches.
the big palm branches.
All kinds of fun things. Let's just all take a collective
deep
breath and just know that we're going to get through this week.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So today we're filming Community Room B. Our main space is being occupied, so we are in here setting up shop.
It's very exciting. And it's nice to be able to see out the window, because in the
all
media
I see
room.
Is you.
Oh, well, I can see out the window.
I'm looking at you in the sink, but it's such a nice view.
Thanks. I'm sure I look lovely today. I'm
yes, but of course. So what's your something good for this week?
Oh, I'm just not ready.
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Because that's the whole reason for the podcast. Well, I will say that, so I got to go into the 9 a.m. worship service. I was in there to see the children come in. I have a special place in my heart for all the children.
Yeah.
And to them coming in with their palm branches, and some of them looking a little afraid because, it's kind of intimidating to go into a room full of people like that. But they're just so cute. And I love that we incorporate children into our worship services whenever we can. So that was my favorite thing. That was my something good. And just the sheer number of children that we have participating in both worship services is great.
Absolutely.
So, what about you?
Well, let's see. This past weekend, one of my close family friends and a childhood friend of mine got married.
That's so fun.
We were down in the Salisbury area. I think
Home of Food Line.
The home of Cheerwine.
And Cheerwine, yes. Shout out to Dana Vaughn.
Yeah. So we were in Salisbury Friday and Saturday, and it was a beautiful day. So Friday was warm, but not hot. It was just warmer. And then Saturday, for those of us wearing suits, it was very comfortable because it was a little bit cooler. A little breezy, beautiful weather. It was just a really beautiful weekend.
Yeah. So Friday, I actually went with a friend, my friend Megan, and we went out to Lake Brant. We took our beach chairs and just sat out there for about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And just sat there.
That's incredible.
And did nothing.
Good. The weather has been...
Oh my gosh, it was so nice.
So mild and so kind to us.
Well, it was, and then it poured down rain Friday night, which I also got caught in. And then, as you do, because you're out and about. And then it was, fun times.
There you go.
All right, so like we said, here we are, Holy Week. Although April 1st is this week, April Fool's Day.
There is no fooling. We really don't have Welcome Wednesday this week.
We don't have Welcome Wednesday this week. Speaking of April Fool's Day, should we do something to the staff?
I'm fresh out of ideas.
Well, I think we should come up with something. Or if you're listening and you have an idea, like if you're listening on Tuesday and you have an idea, you can shoot us a quick email, info@christgreensboro.org. Or you could just bring us treats for April Fool's Day.
Oh.
I'm sure they got April Fool's donuts at the Krispy Kreme.
No tricks, just treats.
That's right. We'll come up with something.
So this week, April the 2nd is Maundy Thursday, and we will be in our fellowship center at 7 p.m. for a service which includes communion.
Yes, and it's really cool. They're doing a very different setup.
Yeah.
We're going to have that service in the round. So
Yeah.
I can't wait. It's going to be great. And I heard Joey, and they were practicing yesterday afternoon or Sunday afternoon, and it's going to be really good.
Yeah. And then Friday, April the 3rd, is our Good Friday, our Tenebrae worship service, and that is at 7 p.m. as well. But that service is in our sanctuary.
Yes, and that service, just if you're not familiar with the Good Friday Tenebrae service, it is it's powerful. It is, and it's called the Service of Shadows, or is it
Darkness? I don't know.
Anyway, it is a very somber event. And so it's not really recommended for small children. But anyway, it's a powerful service. It's one of my favorite services that we do.
Yeah, and I think that the story of Easter Sunday is not nearly as meaningful for me if I don't experience Thursday, but also really Friday.
And Friday, yeah. It makes Sunday morning so much better. It really does. I cry every year at that service, even if I'm not in there, because the pastors are all in their black robes, and I just sit there. I usually, the past 2 years, I think I've been at the connection desk, and I just sit there and I just cry. It's so sad. But then Sunday morning is just so fantastic.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what's coming up this week, y'all. It's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of emotions. It's a roller coaster.
Yeah, absolutely. And so Thursday and Friday both, we do not have childcare for those services.
Yes.
Doesn't mean that children are not welcome in worship, but we do want to let y'all know that the Tenebrae service is a service of darkness, and oftentimes younger children don't attend. It doesn't mean they can't, but we just want to make y'all aware as you're planning for your families.
Yes. So speaking of Sunday morning, we were just talking about Easter Sunday. So we have our regular 2 services at 9 and 11. 9 a.m. is our contemporary worship service. 11 a.m. is our traditional service. There will be no small groups in between. So because those services typically run long anyway.
Yeah.
So, but we have the flowering of the cross again this year. It's so exciting.
So our volunteers are excited. I've been talking with them this week, just kind of making some final arrangements. But we will be gathering those flowers and all the greenery. And we've had comments before that say like, oh gosh, there's like no room for my flower, because it's so full already.
Right.
And so, we never want it to be barren, so that the first person that shows up on Sunday morning can take a beautiful photo with it without it having a lot of bare spots. And so there's always room for another flower, just like there's always room for another person in our church to find a seat and to find a place here in our life, in the life of our church. And so even if there's not a specific spot on the cross, you can always put it like kind of at the base of the cross. And whatever leftover flowers we have, we also will have a bucket of those if we have any extras. So if you forget one and you want to, put one on there, you're welcome to do so.
I love it. And something else, if there's extra ones, they can pick them up and hold them in their pictures.
Yeah, there you go.
They can have a bouquet.
There you go.
I will be doing that, and I will be acting like a little queen.
So you can put one behind your ear.
That's right. Also, Sunday is the last day of our book drive that Lucy Stiers is doing for Backpack Beginnings. So she is at 700 books. Her goal is 1,000, so that's amazing. I feel like she can reach that. And if you have books, gently used books, and you want to donate those, you can drop them off at the Missions Cafe up front.
Yeah.
Yep, through Sunday. Yeah. So we have that. And then, of course, our offering on Sunday is our Lenten offering. It goes to Recovery Cafe.
Yep.
I think we were a little over $8,000. I think that's where we are.
Okay.
Our goal is $15,000. Again, it's for Recovery Cafe. So all the offering, if you give on Sunday morning, that offering, all of it goes to Recovery Cafe. I love that.
Yeah.
And we got to go to Recovery Cafe.
Yeah.
We did some filming and got to meet some of the participants. And what were your thoughts? I mean, you got to hear them some of them tell their long stories, which was great.
Yeah. My biggest takeaway was just that these people, like, I appreciate and I respect their bravery for sharing their stories with us because, you know, in some ways, it's very vulnerable and people could be judgmental. Of course, that's not the place we're coming from.
Right.
But I think sometimes, like, it's so brave to be vulnerable in those conversations of, like, this is what I'm dealing with, or this is what I've dealt with, and this is what I'm recovering from. And they were just so open and so honest with us, you know, not really holding back. They shared a lot of, you know, what life looked like for them before Recovery Cafe, and then even more impactful in some ways was what does life look like now that they're a part of the Recovery Cafe? Because, you know, one of the gentlemen, he spoke about how he had been to rehab time and time again, and he just kept, you know, relapsing, and it wasn't necessarily for him in whatever way that means. And then he gave it one last chance. He went to a rehab. He was able to stay clean, and then he found Recovery Cafe, and then he's, almost 30 years from that time.
Wow.
And so not that Recovery Cafe has been around that long, but he's been able to maintain the sobriety because of the support of those at the Recovery Cafe.
I think their biggest thing is community, and we both know this.
Sure.
I mean, you can do just about anything. You can get through life's trials if you have a support network around you, and that's what it is.
And sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean that's that's what the Recovery Cafe provides, and like they say, everybody's recovering from something. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, one of the three that spoke directly to me for filming purposes, he said, you know, I was told by a friend that it's really hard to steer a parked car. And so he, you know, basically he was saying that he needed to get his life in motion so that he could start kind of figuring out, because he was stagnant, idle, you know, whatever that is. And another thing that I think he said, but either way, one of the three said, you know, like they believed in me until I was able to believe in myself. And that was really impactful too, was just to know that community for them and for many others is the people that have loved them and cared for them when they couldn't love and care for themselves.
Well, and it's just important as human beings to look at one another and know that, and to see the best in each other instead of the worst. Well,
and in the ways that you can easily find things to critique about each other, it's easy to also look and say, okay, these are the beautiful things about this person, right? So I think that when you look for the good, you find the good. And when you look for the bad, you actively find that as well. So, but I think the Recovery Cafe is a phenomenal organization. I'm glad that we're partnering with them. And again, you can give up through Sunday. All of the money collected on Sunday will be going to them, and we're hoping to pass along at least $15,000 to them.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll reach our goal.
Absolutely.
We have a very generous and loving congregation, so
Yeah.
I have no doubt that we will hit that. So we have Easter Monday off, so are you doing anything fun to recover? Are you just going to sleep all day? Because I feel like I'm probably just going to sleep all day.
I do have plans. I'm having lunch with my third grade teacher.
Okay.
We've stayed in contact over the years, but not like, you know, every day or every month, even year necessarily. But she's still local, although she's retired, and we're going to have lunch together. So that'll be fun, something nice and relaxing to do, catch up with her. And then, I don't know, probably just a whole lot of nothing, preparing for...
Everything's beeping and going off on me. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm just grateful to have a slow day after what will be busy week.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I'm dog sitting.
Okay.
One of my favorite dogs.
Yeah.
Sunny. I will have him starting Saturday morning through Tuesday. And then I leave Tuesday night, going to Columbia, South Carolina, not Colombia, but Columbia.
Yeah.
For my nephew's graduation.
Yeah.
He's been in the Army basic training at Fort Jackson. So we're going to go down for Family Day on the 7th, and then graduation's on the 8th, and then I will come back and spend one night here and turn around and go to Asheville for the weekend for Abby's performing. So I get to do that. I have a very full week after,
2 busy weeks.
It's 2 busy weeks. It's stressing me out just a little bit. I'm a little bit on edge. So if you see me like twitching or, biting my fingernails, I don't really do that. But it's because I might start this week. It's because I have 2 very busy weeks coming up.
Yeah.
And again, emotional roller coaster weeks. So anyway, what else do we have?
We got a couple more things. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
So you and I were speaking about the generosity of this church through the Lenten offering, right?
Yes.
Another way to be generous here at Christ Greensboro coming up soon is the first part of May, which is May the 9th specifically, from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. will be the South Carolina Mission Trip Yard Sale and Plant Pass-Along Sale, which is, of course, benefiting our Christ youth and their missions down in South Carolina this summer and every summer, really. And so the reason I'm saying your generosity, because, of course, you can come and shop on that day, May the 9th. But you can also donate to the South Carolina Mission Trip Yard Sale, because without your donations, it's really quite
There's nothing
sad.
to shop for.
So donations are accepted Sunday, May the 3rd from 6 to 8 p.m. And then again, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then there's a short break, and then they'll be back from 6 to 8.
I'm very excited about the yard sale. I have got a pile of stuff that's been sitting at my house.
Yeah?
And I'm like, and I need to go in my attic. I've got some art up there I need to get rid of. I'm so excited. I'm purging.
So I'm excited to shop, which I don't need to be shopping, but of course I'm saying it's for the local economy. It's in the name of missions.
That's right. You got to do it. You have to. I mean, I'm going to shop too. I mean, I'm getting rid of stuff, but I mean, I got one of my favorites.
One in, one out.
We talked about
the same amount of stuff.
That's right. Do you do that? You don't do. No, you don't.
Not really. No, I should. I really should. But I have some art in my home that I like. I just don't have a place to hang it, and I really don't foresee myself having a place to hang it, because like the art that I do have hanging in my home is kind of what I have settled on really wanting there. I have this beautiful. I don't think that we were together, but I know that you and I saw it.
Together? You don't think we were together?
Well, I don't think we were like physically together when I bought it.
Oh.
Because we go randomly shopping at different times together. But one of our favorite local spots, I'll speak on behalf of Lori and myself, one of our favorite local spots to shop is Adelaide's. Spring Garden.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you've never been to Adelaide's, here is your plug to go and shop there. I think they're open Thursday through Saturday.
Yeah,
is my understanding.
She's got like not typical hours, so you might want to check her website. She has a she has a Facebook page, but.
But they at Adelaide's have really, I believe, reasonably priced secondhand items.
Very reasonably priced.
And they even have little plant pieces.
Yeah,
that's not the right word, but
she propagates plants.
She propagates. But I have found some beautiful things. I've received some beautiful things from there. But one of the things that I bought there for a very great deal was this really nice sized magnolia art print.
Oh, we were together.
Yeah. And I had it hanging up in a certain spot in my house, and then I put a plate rack there. It just it had to move. And I love it, and I really want to keep it, but I'm like, I just know that I'm not going to have any place for it anytime soon. And it's currently just sitting in the floor of my
being sad
craft workout second bedroom kid room. It just is sat on the floor, and I feel like it needs to go to a new home. So I'm planning on passing that along to the South Carolina Yard Sale.
I love it. Well, I have a little letter board, and I have some handbags and stuff that are just, and again, art stuff. I got to go up in my attic.
Yeah.
There may be a couple of chairs I get rid of too. Anyway.
I might even pass the needlepoint along. Not stitched, but unstitched stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun.
So.
Should we move on to our behind the scenes conversation?
Sure. What do you got for us this week?
Well, I think, there's two things. Oh, we need to say one more thing about the Sunday after Easter is Holy Humor Sunday.
Yeah.
And I won't be here. I'm so sad. I thought I was going to come back on Saturday, but now I think we're staying in Asheville. That's a good look.
Thanks.
And so Pastor Nikki and Pastor Katie are doing Holy Humor Sunday, and tell our friends what they have to look forward to on that day.
Oh gosh, there is a lot to look forward to for sure. Holy Humor is such a fun Sunday. We've in my time here, we've done it at least one other time. And it's really just such a joyful experience. And I'm trying to find my notes as I'm rambling.
No, I was talking about the thing that you're preparing for Holy Humor Sunday,
I gotcha.
just as a little teaser, because people are not going to want to miss this.
No. So we have a lot of opportunity for good content around here. So as you're aware, if you are a part of our community of faith, we do a lot of video recording. So for worship, for social media, for special projects. And so we are working on a blooper reel from 2025. I know you probably heard about it if you have been a part of the podcast for any sort of time. I've mentioned wanting to work on it and have it ready to go at the beginning of the calendar year, but it just was not in the cards for me. But we will have a blooper reel as part of our Holy Humor Sunday. And so this is kind of what we have written out and we have shared in years gone by. So I'll read it to you real quick. Do you know that the Sunday after Easter has a special tradition? Many churches are bringing back the old custom of the early Greek Christians called Bright Sunday or Holy Humor Sunday. For centuries, this day was celebrated as a time of joy and laughter with parties and picnics, fun to honor Jesus' resurrection. It is a wonderful reminder that Easter is not just about reflection, but it is also about the celebration of life and hope that Christ brings, of course, with some good laughter.
It's going to be so fun, and I hate that I'm going to miss it. I know I say this all the time. It's one of my favorite Sundays of the year. I say that like I know, and maybe we'll watch from Asheville. That might be fun if we're not out to brunch or something fun like that. I mean, I can go. I'll definitely go back and watch it. But I can't wait to see the blooper reel. Is the blooper the one from us in the art walk? Is that?
Oh, I'll have to include that. I don't know if I have it already pulled, but I can.
That one's very funny. What even was that? What were we laughing about?
So
I was crying.
For those listening, someone in the congregation, whether it be staff or member/guest, someone always is the generosity moment. So we've called it Be the Church. We've called it Because of You, but really what it is thanking the congregation for their generosity, right?
Yeah.
And so one week we filmed together. I don't really know why we did that, but just kind of mix it up. So we're sitting in the art walk and, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I'll let you decide who's who. I'll be Tweedledum, don't worry. And so we're sitting in the art walk, and if you've ever recorded something and like you've been on the opposite side of the camera, it's really awkward just to stare into the camera the whole time as this person, like you want it to feel conversational, right? So I was saying to Lori, and Nikki was behind the camera, I believe, pressing the record button. I was like, okay, I'm gonna like look over at you and just kind of like make it not so weird, right?
Even now.
And so she's speaking, and I like crane my head over, and she starts laughing, and I'm very confused and also a little offended. Not really, but a little offended because I'm like, I'm just trying to act natural, and she's like, there was nothing normal about that.
I mean, you were like in slow motion, your head turned. I could just see it out of the corner of my eye, and I'm like, what is he doing? That's so weird.
So we had about 5 takes from that.
Because I was
3.
like in tears crying, which is, I mean, I do that a lot, but crying for laughter, crying for sadness, I don't know. Yes, we've got to include that. It's very funny.
So yes, Holy Humor Sunday is coming up, and we're very excited about that. That Sunday is Pastor Nikki and Pastor Katie, and we have some really fun and funny things planned for you.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Okay, so let's talk about our behind the scenes thing.
Okay.
So this morning in our worship meeting, Pastor Morris talking about driving.
Oh, yeah.
This was our whole conversation. And we've all experienced this, I'm sure, where you're, driving along, minding your own business, and then these crazy drivers, like somebody does something crazy, right?
Yeah.
And so he was telling us about an experience that he had this past weekend because he officiated the wedding that he went to, and he was coming back, and that somebody passed. He was beside another car, and a car came from behind and passed them. Went into the median, like in the middle of the grassy knoll, as he kept calling. I was like, this is not the JFK assassination, but okay, grassy knoll, and just driving crazy.
Yeah.
And then I was saying that Friday, we were sitting at Fishbones, we had lunch, and we were sitting outside, and everybody was running red lights.
Yeah.
I mean, they were red. It wasn't like it was a yellow to red. It was stop. It's red, and they just were zooming through. No pausing. No, just right on through it. And then, did you have one? No,
Amberly. She had someone coming through an intersection. They made a U-turn in the intersection, backed up, scooted around, and then went the same way they were already going when they entered the intersection.
Yeah, that was very confusing.
Bizarre.
So, friends,
please
safe. Stay safe out there and obey the traffic rules. Turn your turn signals on. That's helpful. People need to know what you're doing. Don't make it a secret. Let everybody know around you that your intentions. It's safe. So anyway, but it was not funny. But then what had happened was Pastor Mort. We have a whiteboard in the room that we meet in. So he got up and was drawing it out on the whiteboard.
Why were his wheels on his car?
Why was he even drawing?
Bumpy?
But why did he even need wheels on the car?
Because Pastor Katie then said, "So are the wheels on the photo important to the story?" He goes, "No."
we were just.
They didn't look like wheels. They looked like beans.
I was like, they're like Fred Flintstone wheels. Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, it was very funny.
So know, we are not only talking about worship, we're talking about traffic safety.
Traffic safety. You know that in my previous life, one of my internships when I was in college, I was part of the injury prevention program at New Hanover Regional Medical Center.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. I taught children about bicycle and pedestrian safety.
Okay.
Can you imagine that?
No. But I'm happy to know that there are people out there that are safer now because of you.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Y'all stay safe out there.
And we'll look forward to seeing you Thursday at 7 p.m. in the Fellowship Center,
Friday at 7 p.m.
in the Sanctuary,
or Easter Sunday, 9 a.m. is our contemporary worship service in the Fellowship Center, 11 a.m. traditional worship in the Sanctuary. No small groups, so come and hang out after the 9 o'clock service or before the 11. And if you heard something and you're like, what did they say? When are those services? You can find all that information on our website.
ChristGreensboro.org.
Yes. Or if you want to email us, you can do that at info@ChristGreensboro.org.
Absolutely.
But definitely come see us because that's what we prefer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Praying that you have a meaningful and deeply impactful Holy Week, and that we see you for all 3 of our worship experiences.
Yes. And y'all have a great week.
Happy Holy Week.
Happy Holy Week.